What's up everybody? Welcome back to Make It Kustom. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. If you've been here for a while, welcome back. I'd just like to thank everybody for all their interest in this planishing hammer. This is something that I built for myself with the hopes of one day putting it into production, and that day's coming sooner than later, thanks to you guys. This is my 36-inch hoop style portable planishing hammer. It's got a 5,000 hit hammer on the end. What kind of makes this a little bit more of my design, I'm sure other people have done it too, but I've got a hinged lower hoop here. The beauty of this design is that I can just twist this adjuster, I can open it up and bring it onto either a roof or a hood or whatever I need to, and close it up to adjust my tension. That is the whole point behind this design. As you can see behind me, I've got other lower hoops. Instead of buying an entire new hoop for your hammerhead, you can just buy the lower jaw and be able to get into different hard to reach places. So that is kind of the reasoning behind my design, if you will. There are a couple of things that are going to be different on the new run of hammers. One thing is that the head is going to be a slight bit fatter. I haven't had any problems with it. I just wanted a couple extra threads here, so there will be a little bit of a taper on these finned aluminum machined areas. And then the other thing is that instead of having this as the finned aluminum adjuster, I think that a knurled pattern on this adjuster might be a little bit easier for your hand. Those are the only real differences or improvements that I'm going to make when we do our pre-order production run. So that is what this whole thing is about. It's about our pre-order. We are gonna make a big run of these hammers because of you guys. And so the pre-order will be up on the site when you see this for the 36-inch as well as the 24-inch hammer. So this is the 36-inch, like I said. It's foot pedal operated. It's got a adjuster for air pressure at the head here. And I'll show you the 24-inch. Let me just move this out of the way. All right, this is our 24-inch hammer. I've got the lower jaw that is kind of squared off on this one, just because this is the one that I've used the most for most things. The other beauty of the 24-inch is that it's kind of a great size to mount to a stand. So in the future, we'll be making a clamp for this so that you can build your own stand and mount this stationary, or unclamp it and use it on whatever you'd like. I've got one welded to a stand here that I've used to just kind of test it out and see how it does, and it does really well for me. Same deal with the 36-inch. It's got the adjuster at the back. The hoop opens up to get onto your panel. When you open it up, that's how you can change the dies. They just drop in. Our upper anvils on all of our hammers are fully polished so that you get a nice die transfer, so that the polish transfers onto your workpiece. All of our dies are heat treated to 58 to 60 Rockwell, which means it's going to keep its finish for hopefully the rest of your life. I've personally accidentally dropped dies right onto concrete and I can't even see where they hit. They're a really nice heat treated die. So yeah, I'm gonna show you a little bit on how I use them, since this is what we're talking about today. We've got the hood here. You may have seen on our previous episodes, we've been working on this hood a little bit just to demonstrate some hammer and dolly techniques, as well as shrinking disc and planishing hammer. So I'm gonna run around on that hood a little bit, show you how the hammer works, and then I'll show you the reach that I can get working on a roof, like on my pickup truck here, where the 36-inch hammer really comes into play. Okay, let me just get this hooked up. Just with a twist of the adjuster, can open it right up, can bring it right onto our piece. So this hammer can be used for stretching and planishing. We did a little bit of planishing here. If you tighten it up and you add a little bit of air pressure, you can actually stretch out your welds after TIG welding a panel in. You can stretch out any low spots that have shrunk from whatever damage. It does work really well that way. So with this hood, there was a huge amount of tree fall damage in here. We hammered and dollied out a lot of it and then used the planishing hammer to smooth out our ripples. We then used the shrinking disc a little bit and shrunk any of the stretched out areas and then planished again to kind of smoothen everything out. I love this hammer for the fact that you don't have to try and handle a giant hood on a stationary planishing hammer. This hood would be very difficult to try and use on a stationary planishing hammer to try and smooth it out because you'd be holding on to the whole hood. This way I can actually pull up, add pressure up, I can push down, I can, maneuver it around. This is a lot easier to hold than a giant piece of sheet metal. That's what I used it for on there. If I were to butt weld, say a chop top or something like that, I would use it to stretch those welds back out. I also use it a lot if I'm using a power hammer or something that creates a little bit more tooling marks. I like to use the planishing hammer again there. I used it a lot on the Model A for shaping some distributor cove pieces. I use it a lot. I mean, to me, I kind of call it the magic eraser, because anytime you've got a little bit of roughness to your metal after you've been shaping it, either using a hammer and a sandbag or a shrinking stump, you can come to the planishing hammer and smooth all those things out. The other great thing about what we're trying to offer here is the quality of dies. The hardness of those dies kind of set themselves apart from some of the cheaper sets that you can get. From my experience, quality dies are hardened to that level of hardness. 58 to 60 Rockwell, from all my research, seems to be the best place to have your dies heat treated to, so that they have the optimal amount of wear resistance and keeping their surface finished. So that's what we've gone for with that. We're not trying to cheap out on anything. We want this to be a tool that lasts you a lifetime. I haven't been able to break it, and I can sort of run it pretty hard. So the other thing I'll show you is how it can actually get all the way onto a roof. Take our 36-inch one here, and because it's got a 36-inch throat depth, there's not a lot of roofs that are wider than that. So you should be able to reach, any roof and any chop all the way across. Like, check out the reach on that. I can reach way over there. That's more than I need to, because I could come from the other side, but it's quite comfortable to reach everywhere. Now, say you were using this hammer and you were trying to do a fender on a car or something that's immovable that doesn't have that lower jaw clearance. Well, we've thought of that as well, and in the future, we will actually, probably by the time our pre-order is sold out, we'll have these other shapes ready to go. So we've got, all these lower jaws. This is for our 36-inch hammer. This is a different shape to get into a tighter spot. We've got them made for the 24-inch hammer as well. So this is going to be progressive. We're going to continue to do, more pieces for these hammers so that you can adapt to whatever you really need to do on whatever car you're working on. And we're happy to take suggestions on anything you guys are looking for in the future. But for now, we've got our pre-order sale is live. We're giving a huge discount on this pre-production sale. And by that, what I mean is we do not have 50 hammers made. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sell 25 of them at a 20% discount on our website. The link is in the description. You can go there, you can buy the hammer. I'm pretty sure they're gonna sell out relatively quickly. And as soon as we've met our 25 hammer quota, we're gonna start manufacturing. And manufacturing is gonna take, I think generously speaking, 6 to 8 weeks. You can expect to wait for us to ship out your hammer. Like I say, once we've sold out the 25, we're gonna start right away. We might even start a little bit before that to try and get a jump on it. We hope that you'll check it out, and that if it works for you, you'll order one of our hammers, and we'd be happy to build one for you. All right, so what does it come with when you order your kit? So you're gonna get the hammer. This is the 24-inch, like I said. You can order the 24-inch or the 36-inch. The 24-inch will come with this hoop. The 36-inch will come with the hoop that you've seen there. It'll come with a 13-piece set of lower anvils, plus the upper anvil in the machine here, as well as a radius gauge. All these pieces will be included. It'll be ready to run. You just plug it in and go. It's got the foot pedal attachment and the adjuster up top. and that's what we'll be shipping to you. There'll be a lot of other parts available for it in the future should you choose to upgrade and expand your collection of the hammer. Each of our sets is going to come with a radius gauge, and what that radius gauge does is it allows you to find out what radius die you need for a certain job. For example, on this hood here, if we want to come and do a little bit of planishing on this area, I need to find out what radius it is. What radius is the closest for our die choice. Now, these will all be numbered when we sell them. This is a 36-inch radius right here. So I'll go over to my dies and I'll be able to pick, just double check, that's a 36-inch radius die. That's the die that we would want to use to smooth out that area. So like I said, this is going to come with every set that gets sold on our website in the pre-order sale. Radius gauge, the die set, the complete hammer, 36-inch, 24-inch, whatever you'd like. Something else that I love about this type of a hammer is that if you choose to, you can clamp it to a stand. Now, I'm going to have clamps made for the bottom of this hoop so that you can build your own stand and clamp this to a stand. For now, I've just welded one to a stand because I don't have them made, but I'd like to show you how well it works as a stationary hammer too. Just going to undo this lower hoop. It's quite easy, it's just 2 bolts. If you want to change a lower hoop, you unbolt the adjuster and you unbolt the hinge. Just like that, we're ready to go. Also, I'd like to mention that this hammer is going to be branded as Fisher Tool and Die. My name's Carl Fisher. I expect that I would like to build more of these tools in the future. So Fisher Tool and Die is the brand that we're gonna build around our tooling. I really hope to see some of you guys order up this hammer and add it to your arsenal. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all you guys for the overwhelming amount of interest in this planishing hammer and the amount of support that I feel that's coming from the YouTube community. Thank you all very, very much. If you have any further questions about the planishing hammer, feel free to leave them in the comments below or reach out on Instagram. Also, click the link in the description. We'll have a lot of information on our website about the hammer. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching Make It Custom. Don't forget to like, click subscribe, hit notifications, tell your friends. We're here twice a week, and we're loving it. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day.